What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another FPL video on the channel. And in today's one we are looking at my team selection for game week 19, as the games do come thick and fast over the Christmas period. But of course, before we do get into my team, let's go ahead and have a quick review on how we performed in game week 18. And as you guys can see, it's another stinky game week in my opinion. It's another red arrow. We only managed to get 63 points in game week 18, and I took a -4, so that is actually 59 points, which did mean I got a red arrow down to 779k. It is a small red arrow, but still, nonetheless, it is a red arrow, which is pretty disappointing as we couldn't build on from the green arrow that we got last game week. So yeah, really frustrating. I'm gonna start off by saying my two transfers that I made, the hit that I took completely backfired. Taking out Bukayo Saka, bringing in Bruno Fernandes was an absolute stinker of a transfer, and taking out Strand Larsen for Gabriel Jesus for a -4 hit was also another stinker of a transfer. So yeah, my transfer didn't work out at all. It didn't pay off. I would have been actually better just rolling the transfer, in all honesty. So yeah, really frustrating. Bruno Fernandes getting a red card. I mean, I couldn't have predicted that. The funny thing is, a lot of the Bukayo Saka replacements actually blanked. Other than Gordon, a lot of the transfers, a lot of the players that people were looking to bring in did blank. You know, your Odegaards, your Sons, your Sars from Crystal Palace. Yeah, just a lot of players did blank apart from Gordon. So yeah, like Foden blanked as well. It really is just frustrating. But the red card is just the cherry on top. Really frustrating. But look, something that I couldn't have really predicted. It is what it is. We're going to have to move on from it. But yeah, my Manchester United assets flopped massively. I mean, Triple United isn't looking good at the moment. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But yeah, Gabriel Jesus as well, stinky. Only a 1-0 win for Arsenal against Ipswich at home. I was expecting 3, 4, 5 goals for Arsenal, but yeah, again, Arsenal, they didn't really create much that game. I'm not going to lie, I watched the game and they didn't really look like creating a lot of chances. So yeah, really is disappointing. And yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do with Jesus now, to be honest with you. I took a punt, I took a gamble, and it didn't work out. But look, on to some positives. Mohamed Salah doing what he does best, getting FPL points, scoring goals. Cole Palmer getting on the score sheet as well, which was very nice. Bowen as well, my differential, getting on the score sheet against Southampton, which is also very nice. And Alexander Isak again doing what he does best, scoring goals for Newcastle. So we did have some positives in there. Colwill, although he conceded 2 goals, he still managed to get an assist, which was pretty nice. And then of course we got the double clean sheet from Gabriel and David Raya. So overall, like, the team was okay, but taking a hit. You know, my 2 transfers really backfired massively. That did cost me a lot of points. You know, -2 from Fernandes, and then I took a -4 for Jesus, who only got 2 points. So yeah, pretty disappointing in that aspect. But look, all in all, it's only a small red arrow, which is the slight positive I can really take. It's only a small red arrow. So look, from this point onwards, hopefully we can just regain our form back and hopefully get some consistent green arrows. But yeah, 63 points, -4 was our total score in game week 18, guys. So yeah, let me know your score down below in the comments. But we do have a lot to talk about in terms of my game week 19 team selection and my transfer plans, because right now my head is all over the place and I generally don't know what to do with my team at the moment. So yeah, with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and have a look at my game week 19 transfer plans. Alright guys, so let's have a look at my transfer plans for game week 19. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, first things first, I have to say I actually don't really know what I'm gonna do. My head is all over the place. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with my team. I've only got 1 free transfer, right? And look, we have the Bruno Fernandes issue. He's got a red card, so I'm first thinking, do I take him out? But I don't know if I want to take out Bruno Fernandes, because I feel like he's a player that I would want to transfer back in. He's got Newcastle. I mean, well, he's banned for the Newcastle game, and then after that it's Liverpool away. But then after the Liverpool game, it's Southampton at home, Brighton at home, Fulham away, and Palace at home, Spurs, Everton, Ipswich. Like, I still do like the long-term fixtures that Manchester United do have. So for me, I don't know if I want to take out Bruno Fernandes. But for the next 2 games, he's not really an ideal player to be owning, because he's not going to play against Newcastle, and Liverpool away is not good on paper. So I'm a bit conflicted there. A part of me does want to take him out. My initial plan was actually to take out Bowen, but now I'm starting to get second thoughts on that. I actually don't know if I want to take out a Bowen. Yes, I know Liverpool's tough, but I think the City game is good. I think Fulham at home is good. Palace at home is good. Villa away is decent. Chelsea away is not the best, but then Brentford at home is decent. Like, I feel like Bowen the fixtures are okay, but also with Bowen, he's just really consistent. Like, Bowen is actually really consistent. I was looking at this yesterday, and I just feel like he's pretty reliable. I mean, the minutes are so secure, 90 minutes in every single game. We know he's going to start. He's already got 11 goal contributions in 18 Premier League starts, and I just think he's a pretty reliable, consistent FPL asset who just ticks along really nicely. So I'm starting to get second thoughts on taking out Bowen. My initial plan was to actually take out Bowen and bring in Morgan Rogers, but now I'm just thinking, I'm sort of second guessing myself, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like a lot of my transfers that I'm making recently are they're not really working out. So now I'm sort of second guessing myself, and I feel like just roll. Part of me just thinks maybe just even roll the transfer. Like, honestly, I'm not really sure. But look, as I said, my initial plan was to take out Bowen, bring in Morgan Rogers, and I do like the fixtures that Aston Villa have. I really do. Brighton at home, Leicester at home, Everton away is slightly tough, Arsenal away is slightly tough, but then West Ham at home, Wolves away, and Ipswich at home. I do like this run of fixtures, to be honest. So that's why I did want Morgan Rogers. But like I said, I'm starting to get second thoughts. I really do like Bowen as an FPL asset, man. He's guaranteed the 90 minutes, he's guaranteed the starts, and he ticks along really nicely. So look, I'm not sure. I've also got the Danny Welbeck injury to deal with. However, I'm not going to lie. If I take out Danny Welbeck, I don't know who to bring in, right? I honestly don't know who to bring in. Do I bring in Raul Jimenez? But can I trust Raul Jimenez to start the next game against Bournemouth? I'm not so sure. But even with Raul Jimenez, his minutes are just, they're not really great in my opinion. He does get subbed off a lot for Rodrigo Menez. And also Rodrigo Menez is starting to pick up some form. He's been scoring goals recently. So I kind of do like the fixtures that Fulham have, but I can't really trust Raul Jimenez to start. So I don't think I'd want to take out Danny Welbeck and bring in Raul Jimenez. I could go to a Chris Wood, but Everton away is not really the best entry point. Then after that, it's Wolves away, which isn't too bad. But then Liverpool at home, then Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton. I mean, Chris Wood is an option. Chris Wood for Danny Welbeck is an option. But again, I'm just not sure how much I really want to do that move. So, look, there are a few players like Anthony Gordon as well. I could take out Bruno Fernandes. I could take out Jarrod Bowen and bring in an Anthony Gordon. And I do like the fixtures that Newcastle do have. You know, Man United away, Spurs away, Wolves at home, Bournemouth at home, Southampton away, Fulham at home. Like, the fixtures long term are quite good for Newcastle. So Gordon is an option, and there are a few decent options I like, but I'm not gonna lie, as I said, I'm sort of second guessing my decision making because I feel like recently my transfers are not working out. So a part of me even thinks I might just roll the transfer and maybe play a back four this week. I honestly don't know what to do, guys. I really don't. There are a few plays that I like, but I'm not 100% certain on who I want to bring in. I could even bring in someone like Iwobi, for example. But again, I'm not sure. Maybe a Luis Diaz. I think Luis Diaz, because he got 0 minutes against Leicester, Luis Diaz will most likely start against West Ham. But again, for the long term, can I trust him to start games? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So, look, at the moment, I don't know who to bring in. I mean, I do quite like Ollie Watkins. And another thing I did think about was taking out Danny Welbeck, taking out maybe a Bowen or a Bruno, one of the two players, right? And bringing in Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers for a -4. But I don't know if I want to take a -4. And to be honest with you, look, I like Watkins for the short term because Duran is suspended, so we know he's going to play, right? We know he's going to get 90 minutes and possibly on penalties as well. So I do like Ollie Watkins, but he's more of a short-term punt-y transfer. And I feel like I want someone more for the long term. I feel like eventually I'm going to have to transfer Ollie Watkins out as soon as Duran is back, because in January we will have that sort of Champions League fixture run for Aston Villa as well, right? So Aston Villa will be playing midweek and on the weekend because of Champions League and Premier League football. So we know that Duran will come back into the side after his suspension. So with Ollie Watkins, it's more of a short-term punt. You're probably playing for the 3 games and then move him on after that. So I'm not really sure if I want to take a -4 on a player that I'm only keeping for 3 games. So I do like Ollie Watkins, but is it worth a hit? I'm not sure. And this is kind of why, this is sort of the reason why I wish I saved my transfer last game week. So I would have had 2 free transfers. Because if I had 2 free transfers, I think most definitely I would have bought in these 2 players, Watkins and Rogers. But now, I'm not too sure. Because I don't want to take a hit. So yeah, look guys, at the moment you guys can probably tell I don't even know what I'm doing myself, right? I feel like there's quite a few players to choose from, but I'm not 100% certain on any player. With Danny Welbeck, I could actually, another thing I could do, so I'm just doing this off the cuff because there are a lot of players coming to my mind at the moment. Another player I could do is Mateta. I've got enough money for that. So I could do Welbeck out, Mateta in, who's got Palace at home, Chelsea at home, Leicester away, West Ham away, Brentford at home, United away, Everton. Like the fixtures for Crystal Palace, actually, when I look at it, long term are really, really nice. So maybe I ignore Morgan Rogers. Maybe I take out Danny Welbeck and take a punt on Mateta. But then again, guys, I'm not gonna lie, like the Crystal Palace attack still hasn't convinced me a lot. It hasn't convinced me a lot. But I will say I do think Mateta's minutes are quite decent. So it is a possibility. Welbeck out, Mateta in. Ignoring Morgan Rogers, though, I'm not sure if I wanted to do that. But that is something I could do. That's something I could do. But look, listen, guys, you guys can probably tell right now, right? My mind is absolutely fried, right? I don't actually know what I want to do myself. Oh yeah, and another player that I completely forgot to mention is Phil Foden, guys. I could take out Bruno Fernandes. I don't think I could take out Bowen. No, I can't take out Bowen and bring in Foden, but I can take out Bruno Fernandes and bring in a Phil Foden. So he's another player that was on my mind, that I was sort of looking at, because Leicester away is quite a tasty fixture, but then City's form isn't really good. Foden has just massively underperformed, but he could have actually got, he could have got a couple of assists against Everton, to be honest with you guys. He was quite unlucky not to walk away with some FPL returns in that game. But this fixture run for Man City isn't too bad. Leicester away, West Ham at home, Brentford away, Ipswich away. So I do quite like that fixture run from Man City for Man City. But again, I don't know if I can trust Phil Foden. I don't know if I want to go back there, to be honest with you guys. But like, as I said, there is a lot of players to choose from. There is a lot of players and my mind is completely scrambled. But yeah, I just don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. But even Phil Foden, man, he is someone that I could put in. I'm just not too sure, man. I'm really just not too sure. But look, with that being said, guys, enough of the waffle. Enough of the waffle. You guys can probably tell that my mind is absolutely scrambled. But look, with that being said, enough with that. Let's go ahead and have a look at my Game Week 19 team selection. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and have a look at my team selection for Game Week 19, and we'll start things off with the goalkeeper and the defence. And in goal, we've got David Raya, and at the moment we do have a back four of Gabriel, Robinson, Levi Cole and Mikalenko. This is how my defensive structure is going to look for Game Week 19 if I decide to roll the transfer, or I decide to take out Bowen, right? If I do keep Bruno Fernandes, then I'll be playing a back four, basically. So yeah, to be honest with you, on paper, I don't think this defensive back four is too bad. I think double Arsenal defense of Ray and Gabriel is good. I like Robinson at home to Bournemouth. I think he's got the attacking threat and the clean sheet potential. I like Colwell away to Ipswich on paper. And Mikalenko at home to Nottingham Forest isn't a bad fixture in my opinion. We've seen Everton's defensive form pick up recently, and I feel like Nottingham Forest versus Everton, they're two defensive teams, two strong defensive teams playing up against each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if that game does end like a 0-0. So look, that's how my defense will be looking if I decide to keep Bruno Fernandes. Ideally, I wouldn't really want to play a back four, but if it does come to that, then it's not the worst thing in the world. So that is how we are looking at the moment. But yeah, let's move on to the midfield. We do have Mohamed Salah, Cole Palmer, Gerard Bowen and Amad Diallo. Now, as you guys can see, I'm not going for Mohamed Salah captaincy. I do think I'm going to go for the man himself, Cole Palmer. That is what I'm thinking at the moment. I know it seems crazy and it's probably going to backfire, knowing my luck, but something tells me Cole Palmer's just got a mega haul, and I feel like heat in him, and I feel like right now Ipswich away is a good fixture to bet against Mohamed Salah, who's playing West Ham away. I feel like West Ham's form has picked up recently, right? They are looking a bit stronger. So for me, I do feel like it's a decent bet, right? I do feel like it's a decent gamble. Of course, it's a massive risk, and of course, a lot of people, the majority, will be going for that Mohamed Salah captaincy. But for me, I do look at Cole Palmer and I do see an opportunity there, and where I see an opportunity, I feel like I have to take it, right? So that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Of course, it could change, right? I could chicken out. I could most definitely chicken out and just put it back on Mohamed Salah. But at the moment, I've got it on Cole Palmer. So let's see what happens with that. Mohamed Salah, of course, is the man in form. He's scoring week in, week out. You might say it's pretty stupid to go against Mohamed Salah at this point. And it probably is, right? I'm probably just stupid. And that's probably why I'm ranked at 770k at the moment. But I feel like at my rank, sometimes you have to take a risk. And yeah, that's what I'm feeling at the moment. So let's just see what happens with that. It could change, but at the moment, I'm pretty set on captaining Cole Palmer. If I'm being totally honest, it could backfire. It probably will backfire, but I feel like I want to take a risk and I see an opportunity to gain on the majority of FPL managers who go for Mo Salah. But look, with that being said, yeah, we got Salah, Palmer. We got Bowen at the moment, who's playing against Liverpool at home. Honestly, I wouldn't be really expecting anything from Bowen if I did keep him in this game. Liverpool haven't kept a clean sheet in a while though, but still I think they are up there for being one of the best defensive teams in the Premier League alongside Arsenal. So look, it's going to be a tough game for Jarrod Bowen, and it's going to be a tough game for West Ham. I wouldn't be surprised if he blanks, to be honest with you guys, in this game. But as I said, the reason why I don't want to take him out is because overall I do like Bowen's consistency. I do like the minutes and the security in starts as well that he gives you. And I just feel like over a long stretch of time, Jarrod Bowen will be someone that I want in my team, which is why I'm sort of having second doubts on taking him out. But yeah, in terms of this fixture, Liverpool at home, it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough for Jarrod Bowen. And then we've also got Amad Diallo at home to Newcastle, and again, that is going to be a tough fixture for Manchester United and Amad Diallo. Newcastle are looking really good at the moment. They are in some great form. They've picked up a lot of wins recently. Their defense has got a lot better. They've got a lot of clean sheets in recent matches as well. I think they've got 3 clean sheets in the last 3 Premier League games they've played. So yeah, defensively they're looking good. Newcastle going forward, they're looking good. It's going to be a tough game for Manchester United, no doubt about it. So yeah, Amad Diallo in this game, not really expecting too much. And at the moment, I'm not going to lie, I feel like my team on paper is not looking too good. Amad Diallo, again, for me, is someone that I want for the long term, which is why I'm happy to keep him, because after this Newcastle game, after the Liverpool game, he's then got Southampton and then just a really good stretch of fixtures, right? Which is why I do want to keep Amad Diallo. And I sort of haven't changed my mind on Amad Diallo. And I still hold the same opinion, you know, that when it comes to Manchester United attackers, Amad Diallo is the one that's going to get you goals and assists, right? So that's why I do want to keep him. But look, with that being said, that is the midfield. That's how we're looking at the moment. And then we do have a front 2 of Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Isak. Fingers crossed Gabriel Jesus doesn't get benched. Fingers crossed, right? Although Arsenal don't really have the attacking depth, what they do have the option of doing is actually starting Havertz in that number 9 role, and then bringing in and then playing a midfield of Odegaard, Rice and Merino, or Odegaard, Rice and Partey, or Merino, Rice and Odegaard, right? So what could happen is, instead of Havertz playing it in midfield, Havertz can go to that number 9 role, and if that happens, that's going to be very bad, because that would probably mean Gabriel Jesus does get benched. So I'm really hoping he can start, because if Jesus gets benched, I can't lie, I'm finished this week. And I'm not going to lie, I'm going into Gameweek 19 not very confident with my team. I think, as you guys can see here, right, on paper, my team doesn't look too great. It doesn't look too great, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, but on the flip side of things, there's been a lot of times where I've gone into other game weeks where my team on paper looks fantastic, and then I have a stinky game week. So who knows? Maybe it's the reverse of that. Maybe my team looks bad on paper, but I'll end up having a really good game week. Who knows? But look, at the moment, I'm not really feeling too confident. I have to be honest, I'm not really feeling too confident. But look, hopefully Gabriel Jesus can start. Flecken is injured, which really does sort of affect Brentford, because they do give up a lot of chances. So look, Flecken is quite a big player for them. He's someone that does make a lot of saves. So I really do hope Jesus does start in this game, because, as I said, Brentford do give up a lot of chances. But on the flip side of things, Arsenal going forward, especially without Bukayo Saka, they don't look great. They really don't look great. But look, we've also got Alexander Isak away to Man United, and I wouldn't be surprised if he scores in this game, right? As I said, Newcastle have hit a really good run of form recently. Alexander Isak has been cooking every single week, scoring goals, getting assists. Just, he's been so good for FPL, right? So I think on paper, this is a good fixture for Newcastle. It's a good fixture for Alexander Isak. I wouldn't be surprised if he does get a few returns. But look, on the bench, we've also got Fabianski, who picked up an injury. We've got Danny Welbeck, who's still injured. We've got Bruno Fernandes with a red card. We've got Mazraoui, who's out of form. It's not looking good at the moment, right? My squad is just, yeah. That Danny Welbeck injury is very unfortunate, because yeah, a lot of things have gone wrong right now for my team. A lot of things have gone wrong. But look, at the moment, this is what we're looking like. Of course, if I do take out Bruno Fernandes for like a Phil Foden and Anthony Gordon and Morgan Rogers, then it means that I would bench Mikalenko and start whoever that player is that I bring in for Bruno Fernandes. But again, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what to do. I don't know what to do. But guys, look, that is enough of me rambling. That is how my team selection is looking for Game Week 19. I don't know what to do. My head is absolutely gone. I'm absolutely finished, guys, right? I'm absolutely finished. I don't know what to do. We got captain on Cole Palmer. Hopefully it works out. Let me know who you guys are going to captain down below in the comments. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Smash a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on post notifications as well so you never miss an upload. But guys, yeah, it's been an interesting game week, man. It's been an interesting game week. But yeah, listen, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. We should be doing some watch alongs as well this week, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. But until then, I'm out. Peace.